Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number 1 in the comment section in that chat box below to let me know that you can, I would greatly appreciate it. Nothing worse than talking to myself for the next hour or so, half hour, as we get going here. Keep in mind that everything we look at is for educational purposes. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. If you like what you see, make sure you follow along with us on the various social platforms out there. Make sure you're constantly checking back to tradinglikeaboss.com. We've got a ton of great information up there. Our podcasts, all of them are just very well received by our students. So make sure you're checking them out. All right, with that, let's go take a look at the futures. All right. So first and foremost, we got the ES. We're up about 57, almost 58 points. The Dow is up 382. The Nasdaq's up another 200 points right now. RUT's up about 30. Bitcoin is almost at 20 grand. Ethereum is at 1350. It's up about 40 points, 36 points. Gold's up 16 points. Weird number for them today. And crude is up another $1.50 in advance of the OPEC meeting. Now, we don't have anything crazy before the market today as far as reports go. But let me grab Forex Factory. FOMC member speaks at 9:15. 10 o'clock during the market, we've got jolts. So keep your eye open on that. A lot of Fed speaking going on right now. So that is a thing for us to contend with right now with all of the interest hikes and such. Everybody has an opinion. The biggest one will be tomorrow, not Fed meeting. Tomorrow, the OPEC meeting. That's going to be huge potential movement in the market. So let's go take a look at the setups from yesterday and see if there are any trades that we found off of our candidates. And I'm going to ask you to drop your trades in there now too. The way I look at this is it's all about building community. And the best way to do that is it is a two-way street. It is not just me telling you. It is you participating, answering questions, dropping in the trades that you did, winners, losers, break-even. Doesn't matter. Funded, non-funded, I don't even care. We'll just assume everything is non-funded. It doesn't matter, right? Let me know how you did on the trades for yesterday, particularly if you took any that we gave out. I did 2 of them, which were really 3 of them. So I like the setups a lot, so hopefully you follow along. All right. Very first one from yesterday was Occidental Petroleum. Now, the move was there. We did the 60-61 on the bull put spread. I got 20 cents on the bull put spread, and I wound up getting out of it at 20 cents. So I didn't really get anything out of it. It was a break even. Had I held it to the end of the day, I could have gotten out of it and made 5 cents or something on it. But it was a wash as far as the trade goes. So nothing really there on them. Tesla, woo, just rock on like Donkey Kong, baby. Did awesome yesterday. So Tesla, if you remember now, there was concern of their production numbers, right? So there was a big drop in Tesla's price. And we said on Tesla, we're looking at a bear call spread above 264. So I did the 265, 267 half at $1.50 on Tesla. And we were able to close it out at 25 cents. So not bad. That's $1.25 on Tesla. And I also wrote, and I quote, or long put. Now, you should only be trading a news candidate, in my opinion, directionally if you know that candidate. Tesla is one I am very intimate with. We have an extremely intimate relationship with Tesla and I. I know not Elon Musk, Tesla, okay? And I, although Musk is part of it, I guess. They're on our power option plays list. We trade them all the time. All the time we're trading Tesla. So I went ahead and did a long put on Tesla. Also, 270 put. They're not cheap. You know, it's Monday yesterday, right? So you're paying full price on that weekly option. We're at $19 on that option. We closed it out at 24 almost immediately in the next candle, right? And why at 24? And that is because on our daily chart, here's where we opened. Our target's just above that level. We hit that level. I'm out. I'll take it. Thank you so much. Bye, bye, bye. Have a good day. The credit spread just went on for a good part of the day. But the long put, rock on, baby. Rock on. That was a $5 move on the option price. I will take it all flipping day. All right. Morning. Let's see. Robert, finally back online. Power and internet have been gone since Wednesday night. What a ride. Yeah, Robert, I hope you guys are okay. Robert's down there in Florida. What part of Florida are you in, Robert? Actually, Rosario and I, my wife and I, just booked a trip. We're headed down to Clearwater in November. It was supposed to be just the wife and I, and all of a sudden we got the two kids, one who doesn't even live here any longer, coming with us. You're in Daytona area. Wow. Yeah, hopefully quiet here. Exactly, Sean. Exactly. All right, so drop your trades in there, guys. What did you do? Let me know. I mean, I know Robert hasn't done any because he's been out of power. Hopefully you guys have been okay with water and all that. Yeah, Robert said the Daytona area, so much flooding and devastation. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. What you guys having to go through. It's just, there are no words for it. So we feel for you, Robert. Certainly you guys are all in our prayers. So with that, let's go take a look at today's candidates. I always felt that DPZ was kind of like a dipsy doodle type symbol. I don't know. That's just what it makes me think of when I hear it. But it is Domino's Pizza. They got an upgrade. Here, let me actually bring it up here. I've got a symbol grid built for it. They got an upgrade from UBS today. So they're up right now. Domino's, $327 stock. They're up 10.5 bucks right now. So really nice move for them. That puts them at 327. Oh, they're up above that 321. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 321. Yeah, we're spinning our wheels there. 320. There is no 321. So just write down 320. All right. So we're going to look at that. Keep in mind, you got earnings coming up. You're going to want to confirm that earnings date. Right now on Omega charts, it is showing on 10/12. So next week, which I'm fine with, but make sure on the date before you do anything. Right? Gilead is our next one. So Gilead got an upgrade to JP Morgan. They got the upgrade came in as what was known as an overweight, which basically, what does that mean? They're telling JP Morgan's telling their customers you should buy in excess Gilead. So they're telling people to buy, to spend money, to purchase shares. The stock is up $2 in pre-market to $64.35. It's above that 63. It puts it into a neutral-ish type bias there. So we're going to look at a bull put spread below 62. And on Gilead, we have 62. We even have 62.5. So we do have primarily $1 increments with the exception of the 62.5. Right? So there you have that. GM, they hired someone from Lyft as a board of director for them. So they're thinking that having that person on there is going to help. GM has seen a little bit of a bolster this morning. They're up about $1 to 33.82. So 33.82, where are they? We're right at that 33.71 level. So and Lyft and Uber, by the way, this person was a member from. So they're right at that fib level right now. I'm gonna look at this one and say if this fails out, right? 33.82. Yeah, I'm just gonna say next. I mean, if the market rolls over to the downside and you roll off the 33.71, you can consider a bear call spread. Posh, which is Poshmark, right? They got a buyout of $17.90 per share from, I think it was a Taiwanese company, I think. So $17.90, they're trading at $16 yesterday. They opened up, or they didn't open up yet, but they are at $17.68 right now. It's monthly options only on Posh, but I did like the overall move on it. We got 17 days there, 250 increments. I don't know if it still remains public. If they take it private, I am not sure, right? But if we're sitting up above that, I love setups like this. We're going to look at a bull put spread below $16. If I could still get premium on that, man, white on rice, baby. White on rice. I like it a lot. Right? And then Riven, RIVN. Their earnings come out on Riven. They're up $2.29 to $34.18. So we're right at that $34.36. So I need the stock price above 35 and a half. Then I could look at a bull put spread below 34. I'm going to put aggressive down next to it. It's not my favorite candidate because we've got to make that move yet. So overall, it's okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Thank you for that. If you guys, I blew right through it. Sean dropped it in. Put in the candidates you guys want me to take a look at, if you would. This is the opportunity for me to take one last look at your candidate before the market goes open. Tesla. What's going on with Tesla? They just got smacked yesterday. So remember, I mentioned it, and I purposely said it this morning when we looked at the Tesla setup from yesterday. I mentioned that it was a matter of production of cars. Well, when they came back and they showed the numbers, the delivery of cars, it was not a production number. They actually produced 2,000 more vehicles than they were supposed to. I think it was 95 versus 97, right? But they didn't deliver them. So they're still stuck somewhere, but they are ordered. They are just not delivered. So they're done. They are not delivered at this point. So an overreaction yesterday to the news in the market. So they've got a quick little bounce today, right? You got to make decisions on how you want to trade these guys, all right? If they're sitting right now at 249, I'm going to be looking at a bull put spread below 245 or a long call. Long call, why? Because I know this stock. I traded, right? Now, here's the thing. They came out with their split way up here, right? At that $300 level. They're sitting now at 250. I have still not yet bought into the split. Haven't bought in. I was waiting for a bigger pullback. That move came very quick. I didn't think we were going to get above moving averages. I waited. I missed it. I did not buy any. And I wouldn't be disappointed if I did because this is all long-term for me. I have Amazon right now. I'm still waiting on Google, right? But this may be the opportunity I'm looking for, this bounce, to step in to my first setup on Tesla. You have to make that choice whether, and I'll see when the market opens where I go with this, but you have to make that choice right now of, do I want to do this or not? It's really your call. It's not mine on what you think is going to be best for you and for your setups and your long-term. All right. So there we've got it. Let's see what you guys have on your list for today. Let's see. Ellen is saying Qs. Let's go take a look at that. The Qs right now, Ellen, are up $4.82. Nice. All right. It puts them at 278.5, we'll call it. So we made it above the 276 level. We're down below the 286.86, which is the fib line. So we're in a bearish neutral bias. To me, the only trade setup would be using pivot points, right? You could day trade it if you wanted to use 275.78 as your support level, which is the 8 moving average up here, the pink line, right? The number I'm showing you. 275.78, you can use it as support, but I would be looking very much at pivot points on this. But I do like it for today. Karen's asking for SPY. They are up $5.18, 371.79. So 371.88 is resistance. Okay, so now here's where we get a little crazy, Karen, right? We're running, bumping our head on ugly there. We're right in that resistance level, right? I really needed to see it get above that level, which means even if I'm trading pivots, move above, get above the next level, retest, bounce before taking that entry. But we're at a very critical spot right now on that chart, and it's a matter of, are the bulls going to actually push and persevere? They're going to push through and keep going, or are they going to bump into it, chip away at the ice? I know you're under the ice this time, you're chipping up, right? But chip away at the ice and fail, right? Kind of break their way through, see if they can make it, and then maybe come back and attempt later. So keep your eye on this one very heavily there. Let me go back up to this list here. It just gets us all symbols. So Paul said, Ryven, if you want the stock to go up, then a pullback, what if it never pulls back? Then, so for me, Paul, let me put it in, Ryven. For me, what do we put down? Above 35.5. What if it goes up and it never pulls back? So I am not a breakout trader. That's me. That doesn't mean that you can't be. It's just not my way of taking the entry. And for me, the way I look at it is, if it doesn't pull back, then it's just a trade I didn't do. I missed out on the entry because it didn't fit my personal risk profile. And that's because every flipping time I take a breakout trade, off with her head, and I'm giving it all back and then some, right? So if you're a breakout trader, that's awesome. Use your breakout rules, which would be on a close of the candle above the 35.5. If you get higher than that closing price, assuming there was no long wick up on that 35.5 candle, but if it closed at 35.5 and it really didn't have a big wick, and you get higher than that in the next candle, maybe 35.75, that's your entry. If that's an entry system for a breakout, right? It's just not me, Paula. It just doesn't mean that it doesn't work. I have one of the guys in my own mastermind group is an amazing breakout trader. I just seem to get my head slapped every single time I do it. Big time in most cases. I hope that helps, Paul. Let me know. Up there, I see it in. Great. Robert said, yesterday, Lulu, bull put spread for 38% gain. Today, JP Morgan, please. All right, let's go look at it. You got it, Robert. JPM. Come on. Okay, we got it. So keep your eye on earnings that are coming out soon. Let's go put JP Morgan in and see where it is right now. All right, they're up $1.86 to 109.5. So, Robert, I like that we're above the 107. I like that we're above the 108.09 level. So, if you're looking at it, you got some potential up to 111.5. So, that's going to be your stopping point. You only have about $2 up to resistance, which means somewhere down below there is where you'd want to be out. Or, you know, it's funny, we just talked about this weekend in our inner circle meeting, where as you get up near that 21 moving average, and the stock starts moving up, this is the 21, this is the stock price, you can tighten your stop up, maybe put a fairly tight trailing stop in there. So this way, if it does hit and back off, you're out of the trade and you don't give a lot back. And if it breaks out, you would then open the stop back up and you would look to target that next fib level up there, which is 115. Yeah, but that's no good. We need a 0.5 in here. Let's get another line in there. So we're a little far away there, Robert, on this. So we need to add a -5. There she is. All right. Oh, whoa, look at that. Even better. So not only do we have the 21 moving average there, we've got the fibit there. So if you push up, tighten the stop up, it breaks through, open it back up, and look for a target of 115. All right. I hope that helps, Robert. Let me know down below. Ellen said, thank you. I love pivot points. Yeah, me too. I'm a huge pivot trader. Huge. Trip, morning, sir. Square for a switchback trade, but downside is better, which may be a little harder today, right, Trip, with the overall market? Yeah, so switchback is tough just because it is in the right place of a switchback, but it's tough on the upside. I see exactly what you're saying. You've got room to move. Well, I mean, you got $2 on there. What do we move a day on this now? It's still about 3.5, 3.75 a day is our movement there. So we do have some room up, But yeah, I like it much better to the downside as well, Trip. And the thing is, we've tried the downside. We keep attempting and we're failing. We push down, a wick, we pop up, we come back down, we pop back up. So although yesterday was a little bit deeper pull down than we've seen, but just the 8 moving average, you got to keep your eye on. But I know you know that, Trip. So that's awesome. Cool. IBM for another switchback, also better to the downside. Itty bitty machine, or I've been moved. So I don't have fibs on this one, Trip. If I'm going off the previous fibs, yes, I actually turned this into a channel because I was getting better moves off of it. So I agree with you from the fib move. You definitely have a better setup to the downside. And these, the funny thing is, right, with these big moves, with what happened yesterday, as far as the market being up, with today, the way the market is up, these big whip-saw moves, not directional moves, we were down a lot and now we're back up a lot. We wind up in these very precarious places sometimes where you have more directional one way than another. Here, we're getting more directional where? It would be better if it were a bearish move because we have more room to the downside. Why? We popped yesterday, right? On many of these stocks that are out there. So with that, with these wide swings that we've got in the last 2 days, less upside potential, more downside. I mean, look at IBM, right? Look at the move from yesterday. It's up almost $3 yesterday alone. And, look where it was in relation to the fib line and how much room you had to the upside if it had to move up, right? So definitely more opportunity there. Trip said banks earnings start next week and AA is 1019. I appreciate that, Trip, for the update on that one. So Trip is an earnings guy, folks. He learned an earnings strategy that we built in our E-mini think tank training when I was running it a couple years ago before Brandon took over for me. And Trip just jumped in and dove in head first, and earnings is his thing, right? So he knows that banks basically next week are coming out. Alcoa, AA, is the unofficial start of earnings season, right? So Trip said 1019 is where that one is scheduled for. So make sure you check that out. So let's see, guys, tradinglikeaboss.com. Protect, preserve, and win in uncertain times. Mr. Dale Zamzo, he's back at it again today. He did an outstanding training yesterday. He's back again today for another one. He's only got 2 of them, guys. We only get them once or twice a year. So take advantage of us having Dale in there right now for this training. All right. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, everybody. I will see all of you tomorrow at our next update. Give us some thumbs up. Smash that like button. Let YouTube know, Facebook know that you like us. And we will see all of you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. See you then.